SGL, we are back to league action. After a good 2 weeks of mostly a full 1 week break and then a whole lot of action afterwards, we are back to regular best of 5 games with teams competing for the league title. This is the only Mazar, and I am going to be here to kick off the stream and commentate as well. I will not be alone though, because I do have a co-commentator with me. They're not ready yet though, so...
I'm ready.
Oh, you're here?
Hello.
Andrea!
Hello, SGL. I'm just getting in, okay? And we're going to have a great time tonight. We're going to have ECD versus Frontera... San Diego... I don't... What's the... It's San Diego, correct?
Yeah, Frontera SD Azul is San Diego, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, I was getting them mixed up between Azul and Chrome, but yes, Frontera SD Azul here against ECD is going to be a fun match tonight.
Indeed it will be, and we only have 2 minutes left, Andrea, before we kick off, so how about we just go dive into the preview of this matchup here, because this is going to be a really good one. A close matchup, in my opinion, and as the stats show right here, it's definitely tough to tell which side's going to be the victor.
Well, yeah, you have two teams that are around each other in the standings, and I think the standings don't lie here. You have a team that is sort of in that top tier, and a team that's right under them, sort of vying to get into that top tier. You know, you have Steel Army and Rebellion. Rebellion definitely placing themselves very much at the top, but Steel Army, Azul sort of fighting for that 2 spot. EC Defiance fighting to get into that fight, you know? Yeah, they have similar game records. EC Defiance has taken, I think, one more loss than FSD Azul, but they're both teams that know how to win and are doing well in SGL.
Absolutely. And one side rotates way more than the other. You know, we've seen a whole bunch of players come in for EC Defiance and get involved. Frontera Azul mostly tends to settle on their 3. They only have a squad of 4 at the end of the day. As you can see right here, it's Divine Waffle, Kato Boy, Dr. Aquatic, and Kima. So it's just those 4. Don't be surprised though if we get to see Kima get involved more and more as the season progresses.
Yeah, and we got to see a little bit of him in Cup as well, so it looks like they're trying to bring him in more, get him some more games, so that'll be fun to watch.
Absolutely. And diving into the EC Defiance roster, as you can see right here, yeah, they have one more player, but the games are more evenly distributed. Parks has the most games, but with that said, I would say that their main guy, the guy who lays the foundations, the guy who everyone revolves around, is Bird Nana. Whenever he's on the field, the game revolves around him, and the team looks way better for it as well.
And Green Mario also a bit of a playmaker. Knows a bit hard to play against. Bisbo, a little bit less playing time, but he's been in more often, and I think he's going to be big too. They don't really have many. They don't have many misses on their roster, do they?
No, they don't. And I'm actually looking forward to seeing if Bisbo does get involved tonight, because he's shown a lot more flashes of brilliance. I mean, he's a guy who can take this team to the next level when he starts to get going. Just hasn't really shown it, but when he does get going, I think you'll start to see him become a bigger player in the league, for sure.
And it looks like a rotation is going to be Doughboy, Divine Waffle, and Dr. Aquatic versus Bird Nana, Nose, and Parks. So we're going to see the main trio from FSD Azul with Kima sitting on the bench, maybe coming in next match, the match after. And then we're going to see Bird, Nose, and Parks here. No Bisbo, no Green Mario here for our first match.
Indeed, but don't be surprised if we start to see more players come in right now. You've been given your starting lineups. We are going to kick off very soon. Here we go. Game 1 kicks off between Frontera and EC Defiance.
Yeah, and we're just getting started here. Just playing a little bit of ball in the middle. Nothing really going much yet. Just feeling each other out. Divine Waffle gonna go for a bit of a shot though. Just sort of pushes in the other end.
I want to highlight Divine Waffle a bit right here because he has really stepped up, especially in the cup match, Andrea. You know very well. You've dealt with him on a good few occasions in that series. I mean, how much better has he gotten as the season's progressed?
Divine Waffle? I mean, all I know him as is somebody who's hard to play against. Same with Dr. Aquatic. Dr. Aquatic is an absolute menace, and he made a sneaky good save there earlier that I just want to shout out. I mean, ECD almost went up there. But he just really good reflexes, really good jump.
Oh yes, absolutely. With that said, just, you know, they've needed those individual moments to come up to help save them because EC Defiance has been on top of this game since kickoff. I mean, I'm not going to be surprised if we get a first goal from them right here because they're getting the demos, the shots, they're keeping the pressure up as well. A second touch right there from Nose, but they barely get away with it. With that said, this EC Defiance team is looking hot right now.
And it's good rotation from them there too because they realize that they're a little bit overextended. They go back. It's going to allow an attack for FSD Azul, but it's better safe than sorry. And that's an amazing demo. This might go in. K Doughboy open net. And ECD, after looking up for the first 2 minutes, they just get boomed on.
A goal against the run of play. EC Defiance doing so well. And just about after 2 minutes, they concede the first goal. A quick counterattack, which seems to be Frontera's go-to, both in the Premier and Championship. A demo of the third man, and they get the first goal. 1-0 to Frontera.
And, I mean, Azul almost went for another there. Nose always knows with a good bump to stop anything untoward. But, yeah, you know, you're playing so well, and then that happens. We'll see how they respond.
It's before we continue, I just want to mention real quick, Skyline dropping another 100 bits in the chat, bro. You don't even need to do this, but much love, bro. Thank you so much. Also, quick digression. I see a drops enabled tag. I did not put that on the stream. Is it actually enabled, chat? As Divine Waffle comes up with an insane save with an ECD player lurking in front of the net as well.
Yeah, Parks put that on target in a really awkward way. And Waffle makes a really clutch save in a really dangerous place. That might be dangerous from Dr. Aquatic, though, and Nose is just going to clear it off the line easy as.
That was a really good opportunity for Frontera as well, but Aquatic just doesn't get a solid enough contact. This is a really good passing play as well. Aquatic really should have done better, but he might get a second chance right here with zero boost, playing it off the backboard. Doughboy choosing to be the conservative third man right now, which kind of works because this team isn't really...
Nose! Oh! It's just a little high from Nose, but they're putting it in an awkward place, and Parks is able to finish off as it bounces off the ceiling. And there we go.
And
backboard. Beautiful aerial from Parks. 1-1.
And well-deserved from EC Defiance as well, Andrea. They did a great job of putting up the pressure. Doughboy choosing to stay back to be the third man, but that invited Defiance forward, and they made the most of that opportunity with the ball dropping down straight to Parks. And speaking of drops, we actually have drops enabled, so if you want to watch the stream and try and claim your drops, go for it.
This could be awkward here for FSD Azul, but, I mean, great hit off the wall from Aquatic. Yeah, Birdnana not able to necessarily get to that. It's just sort of lounging in the middle. And we have a really even game so far.
We really do. And I'm not surprised by that. I mean, both these sides have been really good. They've basically evenly matched, been evenly matched throughout this game and throughout the season for the most part. But we might see a second goal come in. Parks bouncing it over the backboard. Good shot effort right there. Just a bit too much power on the bounce. Birdnana trying to follow up. Doesn't really get enough power to trouble FSD Azul. And that counterattack is really...
It's a little too hard on the ground. Last week in drop shot, that would have been a really good shot though. As Nose is going to take it out. They're creating some really great attacks here though. It's pretty relentless from EC Defiance.
But you always have to pay attention to the counter. Good pass out to Waffle. Fernanda does a great job of sniffing that out.
I wish we had possession stats in Rocket League. It would be hard to... Actually, can you? Because you could track when the ball is trailed a certain way, I suppose.
Well, in a lot of the instances, the ball is loose. It's not necessarily close to a car, so it'd be kind of tough to really keep track of possession. But we do go into overtime in game 1, 1-1 between both sides. Here we go. It's only fitting that this game goes to overtime.
And we are well and truly back in SGL League play. We have a serious, full-on normal game, and we have a normal overtime. Birdnana wants to finish that quick, though. He gets a little off target, but they're keeping on that attack. It's looking a lot like it looked before! There's no follow-up, and Dr. Aquatic just able to clear it out gingerly.
Well, there was no follow-up because Birdnana was going for the bump on Aquatic. Aquatic does a great job to dodge it and does just enough to get back to the goal line and get that save. That is a hugely clutch play for Frontera, but it doesn't matter because Parks gets the winner off of an insanely fortuitous ricochet off of the corner.
It's a beautiful cross, and Dr. Aquatic can't even do enough to stop the cross. Birdnana doesn't even have to do his job there.
First blood, EC Defiance. They may have gone it with a stroke of luck, but they don't care. They are up 1-0 in this matchup, and because we are back to a best of 5, this first game win is going to be absolutely huge.
Indeed. I mean, it's really hard to come back from losing first. I mean, I think we can all experience, who are playing SGL this year, can experience that. You got to win first. But FSD Azul, they have every opportunity to get back into this, and I'll expect to see them play well the entire rest of this match.
Indeed. So don't be surprised if Frontera Azul come back, start to really turn it up. In game 2, this game 1, they were a little bit more conservative, trying to just hold on to their lead. Invited EC Defiance up. Game 2 is not going to be like that for sure. They have to get that win. They're going to step up and be more aggressive.
Indeed. And do you think we'll see any rotation from either team?
You know what? That's a good question. I think eventually we will. Don't know if it's going to happen right here because both of these teams want to get the 4 points. They want to get closer to second place and make sure that they at least pile some pressure on Steel Army and the Rebellion.
And it looks like we're going to have the same. Parks, Nose, and Birdnana. So we have the same lineups on both sides.
No surprises there. I mean, it was a really cagey game 1. And here we go. We're going to kick off game 2 with the same exact trios. Let's see if EC Defiance can extend their lead and go to match point. Or will Frontera Azul get on the board?
And they both want to run it back. FSD Azul feels like they could have won that. And obviously EC Defiance won it, so they feel like they'll be pretty good without making any rotations here.
And you know what? They might not need to rotate the players, but they might have to crank up the rotations on the field. A lot more dynamism. Oh my goodness! God! What a save! Potentially the save of the season. And it's coming off of a teammate, not the opposition.
Oh, what a mistake from Dr. Aquatic. You won't see him do that every day. And he's got to be kicking himself right now.
God, what an insane moment. That might be huge for EC Defiance. I know Frontera got the first goal earlier, but in this game too, I doubt they're going to sit back after a 1-0 lead. So now, we'll see if they can keep their composure. What a shot to the far post! It doesn't matter that Aquatic saved that first goal attempt because KJ comes in and gets a snipe to the far post. Frontera Azul lead 1-0.
Yeah, he catches them lacking. I mean, you feel so fortunate, and then something like that happens to you. But yeah, that's got to be a clip. That save, because I mean it's literally wrong place, wrong time, right? Like you can't stop that. You're just there. Yeah,
absolutely. But with that said, I think they've shaken it off. They're looking pretty good.
Yeah, Doughboy with a beautiful shot, and they've fully shaken that off. And they're going for more. We'll see if they can get it.
Knows that 0 boost though, but he's still keeping close control with his Octane, doing a good job right there. But you're gonna struggle to beat 2 players off of a 0 boost dribble like that, especially on the corner. KJ and Waffle going for that, and they give the ball up to Defiance. We'll see if they're gonna keep that going. No, they're gonna choose to go back. Shot towards the net, and Aquatic extends the lead to 2. Surely Frontera are now in it.
It's a little bit of awkward goalkeeping from Bird Nana, but I mean, he picks near post, he needs to be back post, but I mean, you don't know until the shot's made, and yeah, I mean, FSD Azul has sort of shaken the first game, and they've shaken that blunder, and they're all in.
And this is exactly what you'd hope for them to do. Not that though. Divine Waffle putting out an awkward touch. Luckily, that was off target. And now we're starting to see Frontera gain their confidence. Easy Defiance need to get back and regroup. Because right now, I think them being a bit more conservative has really held them back here.
Yeah, they're more defensive this game since that first goal. And you see a mistake being made on the back line of FSD Azul, and it's not taken advantage of it because there's nobody in the area. And that's definitely something they want to be a little bit more aggressive now that they're down 2.
And it's not just a critique that can be made just for this level. It can happen at the highest of high levels too. We saw this in RLCS during the kickoff tournament when Shopify Rebellion would kind of take a similar approach, and they really wouldn't have as much of an incisive attack as most other sides. And then it started.
Oh, you'll see that in a bronze game. You'll see that anywhere. Yeah.
Yeah. So the best bet is bring your third man up if everyone's sitting back for the other team, and make sure they don't get a chance to go up. And so far, it looks like Frontera have been doing a good job of that right here.
Yeah. They're doing better about being all around the field. EC Defiance, I mean, the first game they did so well, and I don't know, you just get a little shock to the system, and you feel like you got to defend. You know, we get down 3. It's kind of over for us this game. We got to regroup for the next one. We stay at 2. There's a comeback in mind, you know?
Yeah, it's not over after this game, for sure. And you know what? Speaking of not over, Frontera are looking for a third. They have been intense, and they might get a third right here. Dr. Aquatic with his second touch off of the backboard. And Andrea, Frontera have made their response.
Nice combo play. It's a nice pass onto the backboard for Aquatic to finish, and he does everything he needs to do there. It's just good play in this game. I think we're gonna have a pretty close series here.
Indeed. Frontera have made their response, Andrea. We'll see how EC Defiance react to this in Game 3, but we have a great matchup going right here. This might go 5. I mean, we've seen Frontera take it to 7 in the cup. But hold the phone, because even in this game too, it's not over until the clock hits 0 and the ball touches the ground. Bird Nana gets the goal off of the midfield, open net, no one really there to save it. And Andrea, with 54 seconds to go, it can happen.
Yeah, I mean, that's great quick thinking there from Bird Nana. Just to see what's in front of him, it comes so quick, but he's just able to get the perfect shot in. I mean, even on an open net, when it's coming that quick at you, that's not an easy thing to finish.
And right now, EC Defiance should be going on the front foot, but once again, they're pegged back right here by this Frontera lineup. KJ, typically the third man, coming up. Ooh, he doesn't get the second touch, but Divine Waffle gets a chance. Takes it off the backboard. Aquatic's choosing to hang in the midfield, and now he pushes up. That's fine.
Speed it up. Oh! Oh! It's just not fast enough. It's not fast enough. Nothing is happening fast enough except for Dr. Aquatic ending this game 4-1 with just an absolute killer.
69 miles per hour, 111 kilometers per hour on Alan's BangersOnly.com radar gun. That is absolutely a nice shot off of a great pass.
Indeed. And we are going to wait out this clock, but at this point we know what's going to happen. We are going to go to Game 3 even 1-1 as Doughboy gets just an extra dagger in.
And that is a statement goal right there. That's basically, hey, we are not going to back off. We are going to be at your throats. We backed off in game 1, but that's not going to happen now. Now, with that said, Andrea, you know, if you're EC Defiance, you're riding a high after that overtime game 1 win, and now you lose convincingly in game 2. How does this affect your mentality going into game 3?
I think maybe you make a substitution, give them something different. Maybe because all of their players are very quality. I don't feel like you'll feel like you're losing any quality by subbing in Bisbo, right? So I feel like it might be time for a change. You know, you give them a different look, see if things change.
Indeed. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do make a sub right here. We'll see if this is actually confirmed while we are at it. Chat, thank you all for streaming in. I haven't ignored all y'all. See Toad Death, Nose just coming in, aka Soccer with Shane. Fiery French Toast of Frontera Chrome. Wild Bear Moto showing his support for Bird and Defiance. Bisbo, of course, in there. Web Girl Kelsey showing her support for Defiance as well. It's good to see all y'all. Nelly's here for the drops. You are definitely getting them right here.
Oh, Death is asking for an engine check on Dr. Aquatic. Maybe he's using NOS.
It is a Fast and Furious Skyline. Who knows? Anything could happen with that vehicle.
Indeed. All right.
Now we're going into game 3. And you are going to be hearing Shogun announce this game very soon. Here we go. Game 3, 1-1 in this matchup. Who will go on to match point?
Indeed, and we have Bisbo in. We've made that change. So they are looking for... Oh my god.
Shades of Deep Sea against Frontera Azul last week. K Doughboy comes up with his own cherry-picked shot off of a great Divine Waffle pass, and Frontera Azul take 13 seconds to take the lead. They are up 1-0.
I mean, what more can be said? That silenced me entirely. That's madness. That's definitely a top clip.
And we're already getting started, chat. If you want to get these clips going, definitely go for it. We will be featuring them in the YouTube clip comps as well as the podcast so that our podcasters can react to this. My goodness, what a way to kick off this game. What a great pass right there towards Bird. Good save, though, by KJ.
Good shot, good shit save. He is making himself count here.
And another great attempt by Bird, but off the crossbar this time. This is what I wanted to see from Defiance. I wanted to see more passing with Bisbo coming in. The passes are definitely coming to the fore.
Bird off the backboard, but it's too conservative here. There's nobody to take that off the backboard for him. And you know, after something like that, yeah, you might be a little conservative. But they're only down 1-0. They can 100% turn this around pretty easily. So we're gonna see how they react to that.
And EC Defiance once again choosing to drop back and protect their net first and foremost. I think they have more confidence doing it this time around, especially with Bisbo in the team. Nice carry, just couldn't beat Aquatic. And now Aquatic's instantly bringing it into the orange half towards the goal. Nose now trying it on his own with a long shot. Decent ricochet right there away from the goal.
It was a beautiful shot downfield from Nose, but he really doesn't have runners. They're playing very conservatively. They're having people in the back line, and that's something you need every once in a while, but sometimes you need to be able to go all forward when you have like a good, promising attack working.
See, I'm wondering about the mental state, and that's why I asked you the question, because they lost 5-1. They were trying to push up, but they, conceded a lot of goals in transition. Maybe they want to protect their goal and not risk conceding in transition again?
And Rocket League can be a little bit of... It's a live service game. It's a skill-based game. It can be a little bit of depression every once in a while. Nose! Beautiful shot. Not quite accurate, but then it just goes in after Aquatic, who's just sitting there, unable to do anything as he watches it go into his own goal.
That miss was painful, but at the end of the day, Andrea, you make your own luck, and Nose definitely did with that shot. bouncing off of Dr. Aquatic at the goal mouth and into the back of the net. Once again, it doesn't matter how you score the goals. All that matters is that you score them. And EC Defiance are back in this game, 1-1.
And indeed, it does not matter how you score it. That is just luck, but it's luck that he made. And it's exactly like you said. You make your own luck. And, I mean, he absolutely did! Oh! Birdnana, it's in the goal, but not enough.
You know what's sad? They got a good break of good luck, and then they have to deal with that bad luck right there. Just unfortunate timing, but at least they're not losing, and now they're looking way more confident, committing 2 men forward, whilst Bismo stays back right there, and he sets them up potentially for another attack, and Nose clears it out.
That was that bad luck right after that good luck. That's definitely a This is Rocket League moment. You know, you win some, you lose some.
I'm Waffle going for a pinch. I think they seem to really favor those pitches to bring the ball downfield and push this Defiance team all the way back. Nice touch there by Waffle. Just couldn't really create a chance, but it goes to Aquatic. What a save by Birdnana. They might be hanging in front of the net, but they're doing all they can to keep that ball out.
Pure skill, good reflexes. And yeah, I mean, I would get why Divine Waffle would be going for some crazy stuff. I especially would get why Doughboy would be going for some crazy stuff. They've had a great game. They've done some great things here. As Bisbo is going to take the open net afforded to him by Birdnana on a beautiful drive forward and a push into the backboard. That's good combo play.
And now it's Defiance's turn to get a goal on the break, catching Frontera Azul off guard. And with 2 players versus 1, they have an easy setup for a Bisbo goal. They're now up 2-1 with less than a minute to go. Can they take the initiative? Can they go into match point? Can they get a 3rd goal before this game ends? We shall see.
And you know, they go down early, but look how they recover. This is Rocket League, baby.
That's why you never say never. That's why you keep it going. And that's why Bird, with little to no boost, breaks it into the middle. Was that Bird? I think that was Bird, yeah. All of a sudden, he was going for the ball yet again.
30 seconds left. Can FSD Azul get another goal to make this 2-1 in their favor? As Dr. Aquatic... it's Nose. They confused me there. I'm sorry.
Well, I get it, because Dr. Aquatic was right there, but Nose beats him to it first. Frontera pushing up, looking for that equalizer. Leave the back line exposed, and Nose seals the deal for EC Defiance in this Game 3. We are going to be going into Game 4 with EC Defiance up 2-1.
And Bismo looking for more. He goes for something crazy there, what we saw from Doughboy earlier, but it's looking like it's well and truly over here as... I mean, Doughboy might be able to get a consolation goal here, but we are going to Game 3, 2-1 in EC Defiance's favor. And I just can't wait to see what we have next.
This has been an incredibly close match by all accounts. But I will say this. It feels like with Bisbo coming in, I think EC Defiance finally has their difference maker who can guide them to victory. I would not be surprised if they stick with this trio because they have looked really good and they can easily see this match off if they stick to this trio against this Frontera Azul team.
Yeah, I mean, I could see them making the change, but I really do think that they will be thinking this is our team for this one. I'm wondering if we'll see Kima. I'm not sure we will tonight, but we will see. And this is going to be a big game. I mean, EC Defiance on match point. FSD Azul right back in it. Tied up if they win. This is some good Rocket League.
Indeed. I would not be surprised if in Game 4 we see Frontera Azul start to crank it up. Because they definitely got caught off guard by Bisbo's introduction in that Game 3.
Yeah, and they've had some clips tonight that I think definitely were a shock to the system for EC Defiance, and they need to see more of that tonight.
We are going to get started with Game 4 very soon. Match point for EC Defiance. Here we go. Frontera They're playing for Champions Field. Defiance are playing for 4 points. Who will get the win?
Yeah, and we're starting off, and beautiful attack from Aquatic, but it's just a little too early. He's gonna have to wait. As Divine Waffle decides that he'll get it early. Oh my! He just pushes that into the ground and then gets another hit. Oh! Off the rebound from the post.
So one thing KJ mentioned in an interview a while back was Divine Waffle has the potential to be a very good player. He has really good mechs, but he's just been trying to settle into SGL, get used to this team. I think we're starting to see the best of Divine Waffle now, because that is an insane goal to kick off Game 4.
Bisbo had a really good pass to Birdnana there, but it becomes to nothing. And yeah, we have FSD Azul up, trying to get that Game 5. And it would be a wonderful Game 5.
Now, what is interesting is I think EC Defiance have gone down in 2 out of their 3 games before this, and they won them.
Yep.
So I think they'll be fine. They've been able to come back. They've been able to deal with that adversity. What matters now is, will Frontera Azul not overcommit? Will they have a stroke of good luck to guide them through?
Yeah, and I mean, when you score first, it can actually, once the comeback comes on, it can be a little bit of a curse actually, because I mean, you just get shocked. But you know, we'll see how this goes, because like if FSD Azul manages to make it like 3-0, I don't think that's going to matter too much.
I mean, to be fair, they've done that in Game 2, and then they went on to win 5-1. But if they do beat this Defiance team 3-0, or if they go up 3-0 at any point, I'd be seriously impressed, because right now this Defiance team is starting to crank up the pressure.
Yeah.
They're starting to grow into this Game 4. And they still have 3 minutes to get the equalizer, but a big clearance from Doughboy denies that first opportunity. A follow-up centers it. Bisbo saving up his boost. He's now going to challenge Aquatic. A little awkward, though. It's a double commit.
Yeah.
Kind of stymies their flow, but they do.
It's a good job standing his ground from Bisbo. I mean, he's basically stayed in the same place for the last 20 seconds and stopped like 20 crosses, like a cross per second. As that's going to be pushed into a dangerous place, but oh, that could have been a shot, and it ricochets off Bisbo, who stops an attack from his own team by accident. Nose is going to keep it in here, though, and we'll see what he can do. Knocked down for Birdnana! Off the wall!
We saw a bit of inspiration from KJ for his cherry pick goal. Now we see a bit of a recreation of the goal Frontera Chrome scored, with Chelsea man laying up Shea Bomb. But this time, we're seeing it from EC Defiance. What an equalizer. They are back. Can they get the win now?
Really good individual effort from Nose to get that off the corner. And then, I mean, right place, right time. And we're even here.
And it's so tough to call now, because both of these sides are just capable of responding, getting back into it. It's one little thing that changes the momentum instantly. I don't even know which way this is going to go now.
EC Defiance is playing one of the best matches I've ever seen them play. For sure. I mean, FSD Azul is always impressing me every time I watch them, but I mean, EC Defiance also impresses, but this is, I mean, if they can play like this every game, no one can stop them, I feel like.
And they've had that potential too, Andrea, but it's just taken a while for them to really settle in. Now we are starting to see the best of both of these sides, to be honest. And that's why it's so tough to call. Right now, Frontera Azul just giving up the midfield and allowing EC Defiance to push up. Bisbo with a second touch effort. What a defensive intervention! And Birdnana, he should have scored, but he misses that relatively easy chance.
Yeah, it's a whiff and Aquatic! Birdnana, perfect save there. Had to get it right! Dr. Aquatic! They just can't clear it out, and that is a counter and a half.
We've seen it.
Oh.
We've seen it last week in the Cup against EC Eternal, Andrea. You were there dealing with it. Dr. Aquatic knows that he can keep it going. He does not know when he dies. He will keep it going non-stop, and his perseverance leads to the second goal for Frontera Azul. They're now ahead with less than a minute to go.
Yeah, and Birdnana and Bisbo are expecting a shot from Divine Waffle. He's in the better position to hit that. But Aquatic comes in with just the funkiest shot, and it's on target, and they aren't ready for where that's going. And that leads to that goal. Nose nearly able to put it in from the corner, but it's still 2-1 Frontera Azul, and they're going to have 30 seconds to tie this up, or we're going to Game 5.
Oh my goodness, Divine Waffle could have sealed the deal, but he misses that long shot. EC Defiance throwing all their cars into the blue half to find that equalizer as the clock ticks down to the final 10 seconds. Frontera Azul holding on to this lead.
This could be the attack.
It's not over until the clock hits 0.
Here's my shot! Oh. Second left! Bismo from the corner! Beautiful angled shot!
The pressure was too much for Frontera. Divine Waffle potentially getting bumped, so he had to hit it out of the way. Bismo was there, shoots it to the far corner, and Chat and Andrea, we are going to overtime in Game 4.
And the question is GG or Game 5? FSD Azul playing for that Game 5, and GG is what they are looking for on the orange side, ECD. And this is going to be an interesting overtime because the goals have not come easy for either side. Both are playing great defense. We could be looking at a long overtime here.
One thing I've been noticing a whole lot is Frontera have been trying to get that first challenge in, and they've been failing more often than not. EC Defiance did a good job of beating the first player from Frontera to come up and get the pressure going, and so far that has been really helpful for them, as now Frontera paying for sitting back. Big demo, no really to follow up, and EC Defiance keep it going. Shot attempt from Nose, it's over the backboard. Bernardo coming into the game winner, and Bernardo wins it for EC Defiance.
What a series, what drama, and that's a beautiful shot.
Wow, what a victory for EC Defiance. They won it in overtime in Game 1. They win it in overtime in Game 4. And they come away with 4 huge points against third-placed Frontera Azul.
That was a wonderful game. I mean, part of me would have wanted a Game 5, but I mean, you wouldn't want it any other way. I mean, we got overtime 2 times. We got overtime in our last game with one team having its back against the wall. I mean, that's some good drama, and we have a 3-1 series in EC Defiance's favor, and they're going to be feeling really good about that. That's going to put them further to the top in SGL Championship.
Oh, absolutely. And this is a statement of intent from EC Defiance as well. Last week, they swept Axon Rose. This week, they win against a formidable Frontera Azul team who themselves have been gaining some momentum in recent weeks. And I think now it's safe to say this EC Defiance side has well and truly arrived.
Oh, absolutely. They're going to be looking at teams like Steel Army and Rebellion and saying, you're next, because they're really bringing it together now. And I think they've also solidified themselves as sort of in that tier with FSD Azul, maybe even surpassing them. I mean, it's a win, but we'll have to see what happens next time they play them. We'll have to see. Maybe they can pull a game, pull a match out, beat Steel Army, maybe even Rebellion. We'll see.
Andrea, we need to talk about Bispo, because once he came in and got going, he really turned it around for the EC Defiance side. He is the difference maker in this matchup. Wouldn't you agree?
Oh, yeah. And I mean, you can't look at anything that seems more like an embodiment of that is that last goal that bring it to overtime, so that they don't have to go to that Game 5. That beautiful angled shot. I mean, that's ice in your veins stuff. Like, he just pulls that out. There's no time to react. He has to do it immediately. I mean, he was great tonight.
He really was. And you know what? I think it's time we get to hear his thoughts on this matchup. Bisbo, welcome on in. huge win for your team. How are you feeling after that thrilling Game 4?
Ooh, man, it came down to the wire. I feel good. Team feels very good. We we lost the cup to these to this team, and we've been scheming and plotting ever since.
I mean, can relate. How are you feeling after that angled shot to bring it to overtime there?
Oh, I was stressed. I thought I missed it. Yeah, it feels very good. I called it. I said, I got, and then I shot it as hard as I could, and thanks sweet Sounders, it went in.
Indeed. So actually, Maz, you
Bisbo, it has taken a while for you to really settle into the season, but now we're starting to see the best of you. What do you attribute that to?
Oh man, I think it's a good question. Our team, we have 5 players. Everybody's pretty solid as a player. So we, especially since I'm the newest player, we're rotating all the time, in and out. We're subbing mid-match. This is the first day where we thought maybe we would try to stick with a more consistent team, and to see how it goes. And then if anyone wasn't feeling it, they would call to sub out rather than kind of keeping a rotation of subs. And I like that a lot. We got to warm up more that way, which I think kind of established some chemistry that we don't always immediately start with because we're swapping out so much. And as for me, I'm starting to carve out my little piece in this team. Originally, I was trying to kind of go crazy and get a lot of goals and stuff, and it wasn't working. So now I'm trying to use my brain rather than my boot. And I think that's it's doing well. So yeah, that's probably it.
So you made that adjustment. Was there a thought of we can catch them off guard if we go back, or was Green Mario in your call at all, or is he at work or what?
No, he got last minute tickets to the Kraken game, so he bailed on us. So it was just the 4 of us tonight, but
he ditched you guys for the Cthulhu team.
He sure did. I mean, who wouldn't?
Well, that explains it. I mean, may as well go catch a Kraken game when you get the chance, eh? With that said, you guys have really stepped it up, rose up like the Kraken do from the sea, and devoured this Frontera Azul team. Now, you talked about eyeing up this matchup after your cup loss against them, and that was really close as well. Did those lessons guide you here in this victory?
I think so. I think we knew to expect a lot of pretty creative play from definitely Dr. Aquatic. He is insanely consistent and very good. Doughboy was in a league with me in the past before I was in SGL, and I've seen him get infinitely better even since then. And I don't know, that shot he took, I think it was game 3? The one where he skimmed it forward was just it was disgusting. It was so good. So I think we knew we had to play not all out. We had to play kind of a little more tactically, be ready to stop anything from anywhere rather than just going hyper aggro, which we were, I think, going for more in the cup matches. So I think we try to play slightly cooler and be prepared for pretty good plays from them. Also, Divine Waffle destroyed us with a double tap in that last game. So yeah, they're all insane. We just had to play a little more cautiously, I think.
Right.
Anything else from you, Andrea? Because I have one more question.
Okay, you go.
Okay, cool. So, Bisbo, with your team well and truly in it now and settled into the season, You are well aware that Steel Army and Rebellion are kind of running away with it in the league. But do you think your team has what it takes to break into that upper echelon and make it a 3-team top tier, potentially?
Absolutely. No question. We'll be there.
There you go. Now, with that said and done, the floor is yours, Bispo. Feel free to say what you want to say. Go ahead.
Oh, great. Thank you for casting, you lovely people. The stream is great as always. Thanks to my team. They're the chillest, nicest crew. And thank you to FSD Azul. It was a good match. I think we're starting to form a bit of a rivalry. I don't know if they'll agree with that, but feels that way. And thank you to everybody in chat. Yeah, that's it. Have a good night, y'all.
Have a good night as well, Bispo. That was an awesome performance from you. GG's. Catch you next time.
GG's. Yep, take care. Thank you.
All right, and I believe we have Dr. Aquatic next.
Yes, I'll be dragging him in very shortly.
Those were some wonderful games. Or wonderful game. Oh, hello. So we have Dr. Aquatic here from Frontera SD Azul. You guys played a pretty close game, a lot of overtimes. How are you feeling?
We had fun. It was a close series. That's all we can ask for. We didn't get blown out in any of the games, and we knew Defiance is a tricky and consistent team. Everybody's about the same level, and that's always a tough team to play against.
Maz? Yeah.
I was waiting for you to have more questions. Sorry.
I'm thinking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cool. So, Aquatic, you guys were taking the lead in 3 of your 4 matches, but you weren't able to hold on and see them all off. Game 2, I think you guys conceded first, and you were able to come back and win 5-1, if I'm not mistaken. What was the difference between Game 2 and the rest of the matches?
Well, I'll go back to Game 1. I think Game 1, I was like, I'm going to start very conservatively. I'm going to play defensive. And I know Defiance is good rotationally, so maybe I'll just hang back. And I mean, that was working, although we were under a lot of pressure. And then we eventually lost the first game 2-1, right? But we had a boatload of saves, but we obviously felt that that wasn't the way to go about it. And then in Game 2, we decided that we were going to up the aggression and, try to, go for all the 50s that we could. And it worked out right. We didn't concede a shot until I think a minute left in the game. And then we thought we could kind of, keep that going, but credit to Defiance. They, adjusted really well and sort of met us back, right? They equally came back just as aggressive as we were in Game 2. And at that point, when you have 2 teams that are equally level or equally skilled and are both aggressive, it's going to come down to who has the cleaner touches. And they were definitely cleaner. I mean, I think all of us over here on the Azul side, I mean, I stopped a goal of ours. I own gold. I know that Doughboy and Waffle definitely have a few touches they want back. So I think overall, like, when you have 2 equal teams, it comes down to the little things. And I think we were just a bit sloppier than Defiance was today.
You did play great defense, though, and you guys were looking pretty good on the counter. There were multiple times where we were looking at EC Defiance and going, well, they're playing a little bit better right now. And then you guys would come over with just a counterattack that no one saw coming. Is that something that you plan on putting more into how you play the game in the future? Or?
I mean, I don't think we plan to be very counterattacky against Defiance, because I would say we're equally matched. So I don't think we're going into Defiance and saying that we want to park the bus and counterattack, because we're just inviting pressure, and that's sort of why I think we lost Game 1. But definitely, I think we do a good job if all 3 commit and they can't find a goal, that we can slice and dice our way to a counterattack, like you said. But I don't think it's a style that we really want to play, although I guess with our opponent coming up in Steel Army, that's probably going to be the recipe to try to beat them, is be on the counter.
Yeah, and I mean, that Doughboy goal, I believe, was on a counter, and that was absolutely beautiful. I think, I don't know about you, but I'm very excited to watch that on clips this weekend.
Oh no, we yelled in the chat when Doughboy scored that screamer. We also yelled in the chat when Waffle scored that banger in the last game, right off the double touch, and then I screamed when I scored that own goal in game 2. So we were all screaming in the chat today, but you know, they definitely had some amazing goals, and we were definitely hyped in the chat for them.
So, Aquatics, I think you guys have the smallest roster alongside the Rebellion in the championship with only 4 players. And more often than not, you've had to play your trio of KJ, Waffle, and yourself. Are you looking at reinforcements? And if so, how many of you do you plan to bring in?
I need to talk with Shay, but I think there might be 1 or 2 people that are in the wings. So then at that point, I think we'll just run some scrimmages. I know Waffle's going to be out for the entirety of January, so we've told Kima that he better be prepared to step in case you don't get anybody to come in the roster. But I think there is 1 or 2 people waiting in the wings, but I need to talk to Shay about that.
There you go. I mean, there's still a long season for you guys to come back and potentially break into that top tier still. So, you know, whilst this loss does hurt, it doesn't mean that all's over for you guys.
Not at all. I mean, we're going to go out there and try to, you know, win as many games as we can. You know, we got Rebellion in the cup and we got Steel Army. So I think our next 2 sets of games are against the 2 best teams in the league. You know, we're going to... No one wants to face Azul after we've lost. So just go ahead and give the title to Rebellion right now, because we are going to beat Steel Army next week in the league. Yeah, that's my call. I'm calling out Steel Army. We're going to ruin the party for them. We're going to upset them. And we're going to give Rebellion a 2-series or a 2-game lead on the rest of the pack.
Well, we shall see if that works out. Someone's got to play spoiler at some point, right? So
I know, and Defiance did it for us. Credit to Defiance, man. All those Seattle guys, I mean, they all rotate very well. They're all very smart players, and now I've seen these guys, you know, start getting more mechanical and more mechanical as each season has passed by, and it's amazing what they do and just the camaraderie that they have over there. So yeah, shout out to Defiance. They played us really well today, and definitely when we see them again in the league, we'll have to look back at this game and see what we could have done differently. But I just like great games of Rocket League, and we had some of those today.
Absolutely. No matter what, I think we were all entertained one way or another. And for you guys to still have the cup where you guys face off against the Rebellion, you know, which will be tough, but you still have a second chance afterwards. So you might still make the final there at the very least. And, well, you guys also have a lot of time in the league, so we'll see how that goes. Now, Aquatic, I think we're done with the questions. The floor is yours. Go ahead. Say whatever you want to say.
Well, we're going to come after Steel Army next week. That's the first thing. Then after that, we're going to go after the Rebellion. And then after that, we're going to run away with the league. So... I mean, that's what we're hoping, right? That's what we're dreaming. But nah, it's thank you guys. And Andrea left the commentary, but thank you guys for commentating as always. You guys are the best. Lost Girl is not bad on the commentary. I think she's giving you a run for your money, Maz.
Oh, absolutely. You know what? I'd be glad if she can, you know, take my spot. We need more commentators anyway, so the more the merrier, as I'd say.
Well, I'll have to talk to some of these San Diego guys and see if they want to step into the booth.
Absolutely, go for it. Be happy to have some more. Also, Andrea's internet went out. That's why she's not around right now.
Got it. All right, well, good night, Mr. Maz, and I guess we'll see you on the next stream.
Yeah, see you next time. Take care. Have a good night. Chat, gonna be rounding off the stream very quickly. With a review of the recent result, for those of you who may have missed it, as well as the league standings. So, as you can see right at the top right corner, EC Defiance came out, huge 3-1 winners. We had 2 big overtimes, and they were able to win both of them, games 1 and 4, both of them very close. games for sure. And you know what? It could have gone to 5, but EC Defiance pulled out that equalizer in game 4 with 1 second remaining, and that, I think, probably sealed the deal for them because they were riding a high afterwards. Frontera Azul, unfortunately, couldn't get all 4 points, but they still have at least 1 point. Andrea, your thoughts on how that matchup has gone?
I think it's been, I mean, it's going to be heartbreaking for FST Azul just looking at the standings and just feeling like, okay, well, we were way closer to even than 3-1 is going to show. I mean, they nearly went to that game 5, but, we also have Rebellion versus Los Verdes this week. Steel Army off. EC Eternal playing Axe and Rose. I'm looking forward to playing in that game. Rebellion Los Verdes. We're gonna see if Los Verdes can get that first game win. I would love to see that be against Rebellion because that would be. I'd love the irony for that. That's exactly what I want to see in life is Rebellion lose one, and I want to see Los Verdes win one.
That would be a miracle if that does happen. We could see what will happen on Thursday. And speaking of Thursday, we do have a premiere match scheduled on that same night. La Cinco Doce versus the Cauldron. That is going to be a really good matchup to watch for sure.
Indeed. I'm looking forward to Sounders RC versus El Matador, rooting for them, hope for them to get that first win as well. Timbers Army, look for them to try to continue their streak of domination against Dallas Burn. Emerald City RC, FSD Chrome, that's going to be a pretty close game. And that's going to be a big one.
Yeah, that's absolutely going to be huge. Last but not least, EC Eternal versus Axe and Rose in the championship. Now, let's take a quick look at the standings. With that win, EC Defiance hop over Frontera Azul into 3rd place. And they're 4 points behind the Rebellion, who do have a match in hand, 6 points behind Steel Army. So the gap isn't necessarily that big. For Frontera Azul, though, even though they get a point, they fall further and further back. They have some catching up to do. As for EC Eternal and Axe and Rose, well, they've shown some good signs. They just need to get those wins and results going so they can start to break into that middle pack. And Los Verdes still got to win 1 game, let alone 1 match.
Yeah, and I mean, Axe and Rose and EC Eternal, we're both, I think, looking for the same thing this week. We're both looking to solidify ourselves as closer up to that top place, saying we want to be around where FSD Azul is, and the other to be under us. So that's going to be a really important match for, I think, both my team and Axe and Rose. So we're going to see some hard-fought battles this week.
For sure. Absolutely. And there's a reason I pinpointed La Cinco Doce versus the Cauldron in the schedule, because that's 3rd versus 4th. Both teams tied on points. La Cinco Doce up because they have 1 more match win. That is going to be critical to see which team starts to break into the top 2 until Frontera and Timbers Army until Frontera and ECRC play against each other. But that Premier League is looking really close still.
Yeah. Premier League a lot closer than Championship, where I feel like I know what's going to happen in a lot of the games of the Championship, or I can take a guess. And Premier, I just feel like anybody could beat anybody anytime I watch a Premier match. So that's going to be really, some of those matches are going to be really interesting.
Absolutely. Right. With that said, I think we are done with this stream. Andrea, you may have dropped off for a bit, but you came back. Thank you so much for joining me in the commentary booth. We all really appreciated commentary. I know Dr. Aquatic, we also really liked your commentary tonight as well. Thank you for hanging out with us, chat. Have yourselves a wonderful night. Andrea, you as well. We'll see you all next time. Peace.
Yeah, all right. GG's.